Sorry about that. How's everybody doing? Usually I play a little guitar at the beginning of my streams, but I'm not doing that because I left it back in Slab City because I'm still healing up from top surgery. I'm gonna give folks a little chance to join the chat, and I'm also, in the meantime, gonna find um, maybe a better background here, or like maybe a little bit more of a scenic spot. I didn't give myself much time to like set up. So let's try a little bit here. And I got these nice new microphones, so the sound is pretty good, I hope. How's the sound, everybody? Let me know. Checking the mic. Here we go. Where is my chat? I don't see anything in chat. I don't even see like a chat. Somebody say something. Maybe they like changed the setup or something. Y'all say hi to each other. It's like, oh, hey, what's up, Christine? Christine's the first one, says corn sounds good. Awesome. So when I was growing up, I went to church, and at the beginning of church, before the sermon would start, they'd say like, all right, I need everybody to stand up and greet your neighbor, shake hands with your neighbor, shake hands with your other neighbor, shake hands with somebody a couple pews away. So I want y'all to kind of do that, but like in the chat. And what was I gonna get? Oh yeah, I was gonna get a sticker because while I'm doing this, I'm gonna mix up a little bit of a scent. I just took a shower, so all right. I need everybody to stand up. Not for real. I mean, you can if you want to, but yeah, greet your neighbor, say hi in the chat, say hello, ask each other how you're doing. Maybe you recognize somebody, or maybe there's somebody new to meet. So yeah, hold on one sec while I go grab a thing that I can fidget with. One sec. Where the hell is it? Can you guys hear me talking? Because that'd be kind of cool. Can you hear me? I'm all the way out in my car. Where the fuck? This is something that I've been wanting to do since like last night. But now, I don't know where this little sticker went for my little squirty jar. I want to make it cute because I'm going to make some perfume. Come on, man, where is it? I hope you guys are greeting each other. If you can hear me and you're not greeting your neighbor, then I don't know what to tell you. Oh, hey, I found a... There's where my missing socket went. That's funny. Okay, that's kind of frustrating, though. Where the fuck? There it is. Yeah, I found it. Awesome. Hell yeah. Hell yeah. Oh, wait. I don't want to bring this socket. I should probably just, like, leave it where I found it so that I can find it again later. There we go. Okay. All right. Let's see. Did you guys hear me while I was in the car? Oh, yeah. Cute. Beatlemania says, hope you're healing fast. Good to see you. Thank you. What's up, Aaron? And Elena Davies. Yeah, I'm doing good. Christina. Sean Moldenhauer. I don't think I've seen your name in here before. Welcome. Hell yeah. Janet, what's up? So I've got this cool sticker that I found a while ago, and I was gonna put it around here, and I'm gonna make a perfume with some oud. I have other oils, but I don't have them here with me. But I'm gonna start with that as a base. So, oh my God. And that's also in my car. So today I'm gonna talk about, if you guys can hear me, if I need feedback so I know that if you can hear me, whether you can hear me or not, Because this is actually kind of good for me to be able to like wander around without my camera for a sec and find things to fuck with. Because I've got crazy ADHD. And it's really nice to be able to like move around and do stuff. But yeah, anyway. Today, I'm going to be talking about things that I wish I had known before getting top surgery. Sounds super clear. That's so cool. Hell yeah, I like that. I could like, this makes it so much easier. I could like set up my camera somewhere and like do a bunch of chores, like, you know, like 20 feet away or more, and tell you guys about stuff while I'm working. Game changer. Love it. I'm very glad that I got these mics. Big shout out to anybody that's donated over the last month or two. It's been really, really handy for me since I've been healing up from surgery. So yeah, and surgery was cool. I mean, it's surgery. Surgery sucks. But I learned a lot of things. I really didn't do a whole lot of research. I talked to friends about their experience and stuff, but I'm kind of just like the sort of person that I just kind of just want to like experience it for myself. But not everybody does that. I feel like if I hyper focus on something like surgery or something that like kind of trips me out, then I tend to think too hard about things, and there's really no middle ground for me. Like I'm either thinking way too hard about things or I'm not really thinking about it at all. Um, and sometimes either of those things is not the best thing. Sometimes you want to like think about it a little bit. I'm all or nothing, and that's just part of my neurodivergent condition. Um, but so yeah, I really didn't do a whole fuck ton of information seeking during that time in leading up to the surgery, and now I know a lot about it. Oh, that's my suitcase. Let's just do this. I wish that my tripod was not all crooked here. That's kind of annoying. There we go. Let's see, some things that I learned. I guess some things like when I was reaching out to people, you know, like everybody had like all these lists of all these things that I was gonna need and want to prepare for surgery, and like all this stuff. Like, you know, people reached out to me asking if I wanted to have like, you know, a lot of people like swear by having like certain types of pillows or padding or dressing, or like a lot of people will have like a lazy boy or like a nice recliner that they'll sleep in. And like if I had taken everybody's advice on things that I needed for healing, I would have like a lot of stuff. And right now I'm kind of just, you know, like bouncing between places. I'm not trying to like live anywhere here in LA. I'm not trying to get tied down. I don't like having stuff. Stuff is a burden. And you know what? Like, yeah, if I had taken everything that everybody said that I was gonna need and taken all the advice of everybody, I would have had like an entire apartment's worth of stuff, and that would have just not worked out for me because I don't have an apartment. I healed at my friend's house, and you know, in a guest room there was a futon, and my bedroll on the floor. Really just not a whole lot of stuff. And, you know, having that stuff probably would have made things easier, but I don't know. It also would have made things harder in a way, because then I would have had to figure out how to move all that stuff, like post-surgery. You know, sometimes less is more, and, you know, everybody's experience is different. Dang it, I fucked that up. That is not aligned well. Everybody's experience is different. It also really depends on people's body type. Like I've talked to a number of people who are like a lot heavier than I am. I'm actually like, I used to be fat. Like, pretty recently, actually. So I'm accustomed to that. Okay, if I fuck this up again, then that's just how it's gonna be. All right, fine, whatever. That's just how it's gonna be. So I really, I am glad that I did lose a lot of weight. It seems like it made a lot of things easier, but it also, you know, makes some things more complicated. It really depends. It depends on your body type. It depends on your weight. And I kind of want to make this stream for people who are transmasculine and thinking about top surgery, or maybe you're just curious, or you have a friend that's transmasculine or a partner and you want to like help them to feel more prepared for their upcoming surgery or whatever. So this video is kind of like it'll have like good replay value for anybody that wants to kind of see what it's about, at least from my perspective. I am homeless and handicapped. And when I say homeless, I'm not like, not in a sad way. Like, I'm an off-gridder, and I have been living in LA for the last couple years, but I have not integrated into LA society. Kind of just been like squatting back rooms, couch surfing, etc. And I don't intend to integrate into LA society. It's just not for me. So one thing that my perspective is valuable for is if you happen to also be in the very niche category of transmasculine and an amputee, because I really just couldn't find answers for a concern that I had, which was whether I would be able to put my prosthetic leg on after surgery. And I was really concerned about that. So I made sure that my healing the place that I was healing, would have a bathroom like really close by, where I could like at least like scoot on my butt over to the bathroom, because I wasn't sure if I would even be able to use my arms much, which you really can't. Like, and you know, I can't crawl on my hands and knees if I can't move my arms. You know, I'd have to like be on my knees, and if I fell, that would be really, really dangerous too, because you could open a stitch or something. I was almost like, man, I should just like fast and not shit, like if I have to go to the bathroom, you know. And I was definitely concerned about that. And for the first few days, I could not put on my leg. So if you have somebody that will help you to do that, that's great. They're not going to be able to put it on the way that you like it, obviously, because, you know, that's, yeah. But as long as you can put it on enough to like walk to the bathroom or whatever, like, and I couldn't click it in too, because it takes a bit of force to like step into my prosthetic. And for like the first week, that did not feel good. That was really not good. So I didn't even like click it in. And if I had to like walk to the bathroom, I'd like get it on and then just kind of like slide my foot along, because like it just wouldn't lock in. So if I pick up my leg, you know, it's gonna fall off. Obviously, I don't have to explain it like that to anybody that that is an amputee. Also, chat, any of you are any of you the target audience for today's talk, or are y'all just hanging out? Raise your hand if you are somebody who is transmasculine and you're thinking about getting top surgery, or you know somebody who is, and they're thinking about getting top surgery, raise your hand. Let me know. I need like some kind of shaker in this. I'm gonna find something interesting. I bet I can find something in my car. Yeah, so I bought this oud oil. It smells amazing. Or agarwood. It's preferred by Muslims, actually. It's like, I think it's talked about in the Quran. I did not know that until I started looking it up to buy it. It's also really popular in like just West Asian countries in general, and you know, all across Asia. It's a very revered scent, and I like it a lot. Let's see it. Althea West says hello from BC, Canada. What's up? I'm gonna catch up in chat in just a second here. I gotta find just like any old thing that I can put inside of this little cool. I'm making my own perfume. Maybe one of these days I'll do like a perfume stream or something, like how to make your own scents, because I do that and I think it's really neat. Oh, here we go. This is perfect. So I keep these little guys around specifically for this. Just like cool little beads and stuff from my old, ironically, actually, not ironically, serendipitously, these were from my old prayer beads, actually. So that's kind of dope. They're bone. And I'm gonna just put them inside of here so they can, there's two of them, so they can just like shake around and reconstitute, like mix up the, it's rubbing alcohol and straight oud oil. That's it. And when I get back to my stuff that's in storage, I'm gonna add also some cedar and maybe do like some cedar and maybe some black pepper to give it like a little sharp, musky kind of smell. There we go. Fuck yeah. All right, let's see what folks are saying in chat. Hi, Satan. All right. Did you end up with no drains? Yeah, I did end up with no drains. And that's something like if you're heavier, it's a lot more likely that you will end up with drains, or if you have like really developed muscle, or also if like the mammary glands are like more on your actual pecs, like. But because I had lost a lot of weight really quickly, my tits were just like kind of hanging off. They weren't even like fixed over my pecs anymore. They were just kind of, you know, just kind of just droopy fun bags, you know, like. So it was a lot less invasive. So I'm lucky. It could have gone either way, though. It really could have. Oh, that is intoxicating. Oh my god. I smell like a fucking mosque. Hell yeah. Capricorn says, feeding a lamb, but I'm here lurking. Sound is great. Oh, that's cool. Not having to wear a shirt on hot days has got to be a mad win. Clothing rule is not gender equal. Giant boo. I mean, you know, if you got tits, you could just put like tape over your nipples and just circumvent that whole thing. But it's not just about like what's legal. It's also about like social response to having your tits out too. And it's just like it's kind of a burden. But if you're like out walking a trail or something, like people are gonna leave you alone. I give you permission. I don't know if that's worth anything to you, but I give you permission. If you got boobs, just put some like some trans tape, or like, you know, like kin what is it, kinesiologist, like whatever, or like athletic tape over your nips. Just go walking. It's great. It's nice. If you got big boobs, then it's a different story. Like I did, then like not having support is really not very comfortable. But I don't know, you know. One thing that did happen though, like I didn't have drains, but I I don't know if it's anything that I did per se, or if that's just the luck of the draw or what. But I ended up having some pretty serious blood pooling. Not, no, it wasn't pretty serious. To me, it was serious because it was like, painful and stuff. And that caused this. This is going down. It was a lot of bruising, and it was all the way down my side here. I still have this gauze, and it's almost done, and I'll be able to go back and take it off. But there is like a weird little silicone tube that the surgeon stuck inside of the incision to allow it to drain, because he wasn't able to aspirate it because it had like clotted and coagulated pretty quickly. But I changed it like, maybe an hour or two ago, and there's really not much left there. I'm probably about due to go back to the institute and have them take it out and close it up. But that's kind of gross, and I didn't know to expect that at all. I had no idea. And I was kind of like not pushing it, but I was being maybe a little bit more active than I should have been. And I'm left-handed. This is my dominant hand, so I don't know why this one was impacted specifically. It could have even just been like a matter of the binder sitting funny while I was wearing it for the first few days. I don't know. But it is important to not push it during your healing time and not use your arms too much. A lot of people that have more invasive top surgeries would not be able to move their arms as much like I am this soon after surgery, but I'm able to do it. I can even like reach, like I'm not gonna like push it or anything, but I can like reach above my head. I can wash my own hair. That's great. I like that because I really don't have like another person around to help me out. Which, would be nice, but also even if I did have like a partner right now that would be down to do that, I wouldn't really want to either. I'm just, I like to be independent. It's good to accept help, and we all got to check our egos and accept help sometimes. But I mean, even so, like, I guess like I get concerned about I don't know, like maybe trauma bonding, I guess, or like yeah, like relying too much on another person to the point where it like kind of strips you of your autonomy, I guess. Where'd my coffee go? Oh, it's right here. I'm gonna go back outside anyway. No, I'm not, because it's loud out here because there's people working in the yard. I don't know, like this is like something that I've been thinking about. Like if for people that are handicapped and or autistic, or whatever, like there is always a risk of like a like a predatory person asserting themselves over your life. Like it happens with handicapped people a lot, and it happened to me when I was really struggling to get a prosthetic leg made years ago, where I was with a partner that like was really manipulative and made me feel like I needed him in order to just like survive, and I felt like so vulnerable, and that like really fucked me over because I like tolerated a lot more from him than I would have if I wasn't in such a vulnerable position. So now, because of that, I really don't put myself in that position anymore, like no matter what, because it's just a really dangerous position to be in, like to need help and to also be with a partner who is your caregiver during that time. It actually really scares me, and like if you have a manipulative, predatory partner who also gets like turned on by like gore or whatever, like that's actually super scary to me. And if it's all consensual and you know all of this stuff and you talk about it, like that's a different story. But if it's like something that is not consensual and not spoken about, like that's super spooky and weird. I don't know. So I don't know. Just definitely something to keep an eye out for. Like when you have a partner that's like giving you care. Um, Beatlemania says you are definitely too active. You're giving me a heart attack with some of the picks. Which which picks? And also the blood pooling happened before that. I was completely just on bed rest for the first like few days. Um, let's see. Uh huh. Rhiannon Rose says absolutely agree. Yeah, this is just stuff that you learn, man. And like it's yeah, it's brutal out there, y'all. Be careful. What else? What else did I learn? Um, like when you are like unable to move and do things for yourself, it's kind of amazing what becomes important to you. Like I I hate microwaves. I've always hated microwaves. I think they're dumb. Um, but during my healing time, my microwave was 100% like just a rock in my life. Because I can't get up and cook for myself like I'm used to. um, and just having like, if I were in an ideal situation, which I would have done, I would have set up like a mini fridge with a microwave on top so I could just like roll out of bed, without having to reach up anywhere, and have that on the floor, like the mini fridge on the floor, microwave. So that way I can just go into the mini fridge, grab like a pre-made meal and just like set it up in the microwave, eat it. That like if I had to pick three things that I need, um, if I, if you're going to be healing up from surgery like that, it would be like mini fridge, microwave, and TV. That's Oh, and I've got my wedge pillow here that I've been sleeping on at night. Like you don't need a whole ass recliner to sleep in. You just need like a good wedge pillow, and if you don't have a good wedge pillow, just like stack up a bunch of stuff. Like it's fine. Like I don't know, a duffel bag and a few pillows, just something so that you're like kind of reclined while you're sleeping, and then like a couple pillows under your feet so your feet are like kind of up. Because when you're like laid out and then your legs are flat and you're sitting up, that's really not comfortable. But you want to be elevated. Um, What? Oh, the ones right after surgery and Discord on the bed. Could just imagine you falling forward and not being able to use your arms. Oh yeah, yeah. It's all right. Rhiannon Rose says you look so great and happy. Thank you. I feel really good. It's almost like it it doesn't like it doesn't feel new to me. It just feels like correct, which is really weird. I know like people say that a lot, and but like yeah, not to get like all woo woo about it, but it just feels like right. Like it still hurts and there's swelling and stuff, but now like just not having that background um, sensation of having boobs on my chest, like is a real relief. It's almost like I don't know. It's I'm trying to think of like a way to compare it for people that don't have that kind of like dysphoria, I guess. Um, it'd be kind of like if you had like a big growth on your face or something. Just like I don't know, imagine you had like a tumor on your face and it was just like hanging there, and like you're fine about it. It's not like hurting you, but it's just like there and it's fucking annoying. And sometimes you forget about it, and then you remember when you're like trying to like put something on and it gets like stuck up in your shit, and you're just like, what the fuck, man? Like, and then it's finally gone, and you're not like like, wow, this is an upgrade. You're like, okay, this is just baseline, like where I should have been at. You know, I don't know. Yeah, it feels nice. It's like that's how it should be. I'm gonna start getting some scar cream here. Um, I looked for scar gel at like two different places, and I couldn't find it. I went to like fucking CVS and Walgreens, and they didn't have any like bio oil or whatever. I'm just gonna order some online. We're halfway into the stream. If anybody wants to get down with the kickdown, I think I forgot to put links in the description again. Where's my phone? Let me put some links in the description, or just drop them here, unless one of my mods is in chat and wants to drop those links. Feel free. Let me see here. What do we got? Yeah, I will be subletting this cool little spot. You'll probably see me streaming from my room over the next month. But like a lot of spaces that I go to, I am very tactful and respectful of not just like taking video and picture everywhere, because I don't want to blow up the spot. You know how I roll. Yeah. Oh, hey, Sam, thanks for dropping those links. If anybody wants to get down with the kickdown, those are the links. Really, really helps. I'm down to my last like $100 at this point, and I would really appreciate some help. I've been getting help from my community and seeking assistance, and it's been so humbling and so wonderful. But yeah, I also did finally get my computer fixed, and I have not started working on finalizing my abridged video edit yet, but I will be once I move to this new spot, which I'm doing today. What's up, Wilson? How's it going? What'd it do? Oh, let's see. Did I post? Did I? I think actually I did put the links in the description, if I remember correctly, now that I'm thinking about it. Let's see. Anybody in chat have any questions about my experience with top surgery? If it's a stupid question, I'll tell you, and I'll tell you why it's a stupid question, because I want to help you out, not because I don't like you or anything. I'm very blunt. So here in this forum, it would be probably the best place, because you know me, and it's low risk, versus if you have a friend who may be getting surgery, or any type of gender affirming surgery or whatever, instead of making them uncomfortable by asking them stupid questions. You can just ask me. And yeah. Still in pain. Yeah. Not like right now, not when I'm moving around doing normal stuff. I can feel like tension in my chest just from like swelling, and it's like literally just along the incisions here and a little bit where that swelling was. But unless like I like touch it or move a little bit too much, it just kind of feels like a little bit of pressure. It just feels like if somebody was like putting pressure like right here. And that's to be expected, because dude cut me wide open. Let's see. I think one thing that really helped me beforehand, like I didn't look up videos about people talking about their experience at all. I just like went in raw dog. No, I didn't. I went in with my friend who was on stream yesterday, Adam. And like literally the day before my surgery, So I got to see like kind of what the procedure was. I knew exactly what to expect when I got in the next day for my appointment. So that really helped me out, knowing what to expect. I purposely did not look up like videos of the procedure itself, because I thought that might like I might think a little too hard about it. Now that it's done, um, I would probably watch some fucking videos of people like what the actual procedure looks like. I can imagine in my head. Like I saw, I was there. I saw him making the lines for the incisions. I understand like on a logical level like what that is, but like as far as actually like like what it looks like when you get cut open and what you're pulling out, like I purposely didn't look into that because I didn't want to freak myself out or anything. Um, yeah, does anybody have Beatlemania is asking about scar cream and scar care? I don't have any plan for that yet, but if anybody else has had like some type of cosmetic surgery or top surgery, gender affirming, whatever, and you through your own trial and error found what works really well for scarring, tell me in the comments what you suggest. I'd like to crowdsource some of that information because like I can look up all that information and see what like doctors recommend and whatever. But sometimes you get a better scoop just from people who have like gone through it as well. And I'd like to compare that information. Um, let's see. Rhiannon says, is the pain as bad as when a person has a reduction? I heard that's more painful than implants. I have no idea. I don't have any frame of reference for that. Um, yeah, I don't know. I have not ever had implants. Beatlemania says, do you have any future plans for scars? Oh yeah, you already said that, or I already read that. We're just gonna rep the scars. I I do like visible scarring. Like I just, it's part of my story, but I'm not gonna like try to make, like I'm not gonna neglect it. Jen says Arnica gel by Biore will do wonders for scarring, hematoma, and it's at Walmart and most stores. I used it often after MMA. Hey, that's a good tip. Thank you, Jen. It's been around since the 1400s. It can even be ingested. Homeopathic. Hell yeah. Ryan says, love watching your videos. Thanks, dude. I'm glad you stopped in. That's great. Jace says, I'm curious what it's like to recover from top surgery with chronic pain. I didn't have my accident till after top surgery and cannot fathom. Used Moderna for my top surgery scars and they are white. Moderna. Okay. Chronic pain with top surgery. Yeah, it definitely sucked. Like, it's already hard to like do stuff. There was definitely like some points where like I was really upset about it. Um, and just like mad that not only am I healing from top surgery and like not able to like move around as well, but also that my leg hurts so goddamn bad just like wearing it and just being mad about it. And I'm still mad about it because I've been dealing with this for like 2 years now almost. And once I'm settled into the sublet that I'm going to, I'm going to like really turn my focus on pursuing this clinic and trying to get just something better. And also just like working on my socket that I have now, and actually get some like serious materials to add some padding to just like make this a little bit more comfortable while I continue to, try and get that figured out. So that's another thing that I use donations for. If anybody is kicking down, I'm gonna take a look and see if anybody got down with the kick down. Let's see. Zoe says they say marigold cream is good for every scar. Okay. Theodore says hello. Corn. In the past, I used Eucerin cream for a scar. Greetings, Theo, the Netherlands. Hey, what's up, Theo? Kathy says, Hi, Corn. I didn't have a chance to say yesterday that you look so freaking good. You're glowing. Thank you. Hell yeah. I'm really, really working on taking care of myself. And also, I found out like in the last like month or two while I was working on Offset and like working with all of that art equipment that had been abandoned by my former friend and boss. Um, my skin was like really irritated that entire time, and I still have like this developed during that time, and it's starting to finally go away. But it's like I can't believe I've had this like for over a month. It's getting better, but it's weird. It's like so I was really concerned by that, and I had like some shit here that was like developing that was there for way too long, and some other things, and I come to find out that a lot of those art supplies that I had been handling were covered in an uncured resin, um, and that uncured resin can cause dermatitis. And sometimes, if there's extended exposure to it, it can be permanent. So, not only did my former friend and boss fuck me and all of my friends over, like big, big time, but like his negligence continued to harm me and all my friends. And I'm just starting to like physically heal from it. So that's like that's some type of like I thought maybe I had like a weird skin yeast, like a candida or some shit like that. And I was like really, I was like, man, if this isn't clearing up soon, I'm gonna have to like go and like go to a skin doctor, specialist type, whatever. Um, yeah. So that's what it was. I hope that I don't have like permanent dermatitis from that because that would be fucked up. Yeah. Kathy says it shows. Oh yeah, my taking care of myself. Yes, thank you. Hey, what's up, yard buzzards? Nice to see you. Kathy says anything that tries to grow on my face, I gouge it out with my fingernails. Fuck that. Well, yeah, me too. I definitely have a bad like picking problem. I'm really trying not. Whoops. Really trying not to like fixate and pick on my chest or anything. I'm not, but that's definitely something that's difficult. Um, oh, let's see. Any other questions about top surgery? We got a little over 15 minutes left of stream. So if anybody in chat is like curious about all that, now's your time. Ask your questions. Kathy says, I'm trying to stop the picking at things too. Yeah, it's hard. When I was a kid, it got like so bad because I would just like absent-mindedly pick at my skin. Um, so I would wear gloves when it got really bad, just like gloves or mittens, and it's kind of humiliating. It's like like when you put a cat in like a cone or something, so the cat doesn't like lick it themselves, or like, when after surgery, you put a cat in like a little cat sweater so they don't like lick at their incisions. That's what I felt like, just like little kid me in these fucking dopey mittens so that I don't pick at my skin, just watching Inuyasha or whatever, like just mad about my life. that's that's what I had to do. So if it's that bad, you might have to just put mittens on and like wear them. Yeah. Cool's World says I'm late, but does it hurt? Yeah, dude. I got cut open. Like, of course. Does the tissue grow back? No. Kathy says I have the visual clearly. Mittens is a good tip. Yeah, for sure. Or like, if you wanted to, you could even like, also you could at the source just like put a band-aid on it when you find yourself wanting to like pick at shit or whatever. Instead of like going to the mirror to pick at shit, train your brain to make that your routine instead, to like go get the proper stuff to like clean it, treat it, cover it instead. That type of thing. And also you could like put little like fingertip coverings on as well. But yeah, covering stuff is the best thing. Swanky says on PayPal, is Kelsey able to write account? Yeah, that's me. That's my government name. Kathy says great advice. Yeah, no problem. Jen says arnica helps with acne and skin irritation. I studied and tried all that on myself. I've had 10 major surgeries. Dermatillomania is very common for people who have trauma experience. Arnica soothing. Yeah, for sure. For sure, for sure. Okay, noted. I'll order some of that. Let me take a look and see if anybody kicked down. I totally was gonna do that before, and I forgot. Let's see. Let's take a look. Hey, what's up, Zoe? Marine MOMM says, hey, hon, so glad you got your paperwork and all straight to get to be the you want to be. Thank you. Thank you very much. Oh, hey. I think, fuck yeah. Oh, and a comment from, let's see. God, my phone is taking oh my God, it's taking forever. Oh yeah, it's time for Satan to get a treat too. Glenn Kickdown, thank you so much. Was that, who was that? Oh, hey, thanks, Swanky Dog. I appreciate you. What a sweetheart. I'm gonna grab a little treat for Satan here. Let's see. Oh, let's get a big treat for Satan. We got one of these meatballs. While I pull up, let's see if anybody kicked down on my Cash App. You want a meatball, baby? Ready? Oh, here. We gotta get the money shot. You want a meatball, puppy? Do you want this? Yeah? Beep. Yeah. All right, now we're gonna get one of these bad boys. You want one of these? Do you want this? Yeah? Okay. Are you sure? You sure you want this? Hold on. Wait. Do you want this? Yeah? Okay. There you go. You gonna find a good spot? Nice. Yes, she's a very polite puppy dog. Oh my goodness. You're so cute. You're so cute. Oh my God. Not Satan breathing heavy in the background. Yeah. Yeah, baby. You're so funny. I'm gonna just like leave this right here for a sec. Let's see if I can. I should have brought the tripod out. No, I'm just gonna get the tripod. Mm-hmm. There we go. And it looks like let's see if we got anything on the Venmo. I think somebody kicked down on the Venmo. I see it could be just one of those like ads where it sends you a notification and it's like, you can apply for Venmo credit, blah, blah, blah. Oh, yep, that's what it was. Damn. Well, if anybody wants to kick down, I would really appreciate it. And if anybody has any more questions, we still got 10 minutes of stream here. So I'm going to grab my coffee again. While y'all come up with any sort of questions you might have in our last few minutes, last 10 minutes of stream. Also, yeah, get down with a kick down. It really, really helps. I'm trying to be able to cover my next month of time here, which is like a big part of my recovery, because I really can't like lift stuff or work out or do anything too intense for the next 4 weeks, which is how much time I have between now and when I can start like lifting stuff again and working out and stuff like that. And I'll be in Slab City like immediately after. And I really don't know what the hell like I'll be doing after that. Like I'm kind of just taking it like 1 month at a time right now. If by the time I'm done with my sublease, my sublet, whatever the fuck it's called, I don't know. I'm an anarchist. I don't have a lot of experience like renting, so I don't really know. I don't even know like the lingo. But if I haven't figured out how like whether I'll be able to get a new leg here or not by the end of my sublet, I can't stay here in LA. I just simply can't. Like regardless of whether I want to or not, I can't. And if that's the case, then I'm gonna have to drastically, completely change my life again. Which is normal, actually. The only constant for me is change and movement. So, and that's fine. I'm okay with that. I've made peace with that. But I don't know. It would be a lot easier if I could finish out my time here in LA having covered all my bases. All right, let's see. How long recovery? You were saying you can't lift stuff. Yes. Yeah, it'll be another month, like I said. And then they say, I had mentioned taking my library to New Mexico. That shit fell through. I got burned by artsy-fartsy people. Yeah, that'll happen. Sorry. I thought so much about bringing my 10K plus library out to Slabs, but I hesitated. Well, see, the thing is, Kathy, like a library is not just a collection of books. A library is like a physical building to place the books into. And our library at Slabs is at capacity. So we can't take 10K books. Like, where would we put them? You know, we could take like a box of books. We can't take, if you have building supplies and means to have like, to cover labor, like if I could build enough of a library to house 10K books like myself, if given enough time and resources. Or less time and resources if it was me and like a team of say like 4 other people. But yeah, we don't have the space. If somebody dragged a couple of trailers out, like big ass trailers and a bunch of bookshelves, like, fuck yeah, that would be crazy cool. But yeah, it's, you know. Sam says, so strange hearing appliances singing. I'm camping alone, whole place to myself, hearing singing washing machine. I know, it's super funny. Beverly says, hi, what's up? All right, we got 5 more minutes here. And Kathy, if you want to join Slab City Current on Facebook, that would be the proper channel to ask questions like this. So go on Facebook and search groups Slab City Current. And start a thread there. Amy says, looking strong and healthy. Yay, thank you. Hell yeah. If there's anybody in chat that has questions in the last few minutes about anything related to top surgery, let me know. Also, if there's anybody in chat that's like around my size, maybe like I'm a binder size medium. I got a bunch of really nice sports bras and binders that obviously I'm not going to be using anymore. So I don't know. I'll send them to you, I guess, or whatever. Maybe I'll list them on Facebook Marketplace or something. Also, I'm going to be on. I'm going to be back in Slabs next month, and I am going to be doing a lot of work. Like the moment I'm able to start digging post holes again, that is exactly what I'm going to be doing. I'll be in Slabs around like the 13th, and through that weekend, maybe even for like a week or two, maybe even longer, depending on how things pan out here. So if folks want to gather there for like a work party or something, I can teach you in exchange for helping me out with yard work and pre-summer prep and chores. I will teach you all about living in Slabs, and if you can't come physically, then keep eyes out for streams regarding that. Kathy says, how much to cover your stay there so you can recover? Okay, so this is crazy, right? LA is known for being hella expensive. I found a place that's going to be $460 something. It's a tiny room, but it's in a big ass house with a bunch of other cool punks and artsy folks, and so there's a lot of common areas. It's like I don't need a big space for me and Satan, but I know it's crazy, right? I don't know what it is, man. I just I just put myself out there and I just put myself out there and I get these amazing opportunities, and that's that like being I guess how do I phrase this, like living alternatively, there's a lot of things that are uncertain, but if you can sit with that uncertainty, then opportunities that you would never have otherwise will make themselves available. So yeah, if anybody wants to help out with that, it's literally like that is unheard of. Like you can't rent a closet in LA. You can't rent a storage closet in LA like hardly for that price. So yeah, if anybody wants to get down with the kickdown, I will take a look and see if anybody did. Sam says that is a very cool space. I know, yeah, it's very cool. Amy says you deserve all the good things possible. Thank you. Kathy says because you're fucking awesome. Thank you. Thanks, y'all. You're awesome. Wilson says, I think the phrase you're looking for is answered prayers. Yeah, essentially. Yeah. That's not inaccurate. Everything falling into place. So happy for you. Hell yeah. I do enjoy when miracles arrive on time, though. You know what? Miracles aren't going to arrive on time if you're not open to that type of energy. Like It's amazing what opportunities will find you if you're brave enough to receive them. Buddha never fails. Hell yeah. All right, last chance. Questions about top surgery. Um, any old question. It's okay if it's okay if it's a dumb question. Um, I won't be offended. I might poke fun a little bit, but you know, none of you are here because you have thin skin. All right. And I'm gonna take a look here, see if anybody got down with a kick down, because there really hasn't been much action today on that front. I don't really know if there's a reason for that or what. It's like, I guess it's mid-February. Is that like a bad time for people monetarily? How are you guys doing fiscally? Are you guys okay? Is there like some Babylon thing that I'm not aware of or something? Or I don't know. I mean, I'm not mad. I just want to know. Um, Wilson says, do you feel at peace or happier than you were before the surgery? Yeah, absolutely. It's like I was saying earlier, it's like it feels like I had a huge like boil, like a huge growth on my face, or like something like not right that doesn't belong there, that's like gone now. It's just, yeah, it's like it's a weight off my chest, like literally. Um, Beatlemania says February is a short month and rent feels like it's due already. Ah, I see, I see. Late stage capitalism hitting you. I gotcha. I gotcha. Yeah, it's a bitch, huh? No pun intended. No pun very intended. But also, like, literally and figuratively, yeah. I gotcha. Well, if anybody's not feeling the crushing weight of late stage capitalism and impending rent and doom, and you got like, maybe you had a friend that was supposed to meet you for coffee today, and you were gonna buy them a cup of Joe, and they didn't show up or something. You could throw that my way. I don't know. Every little bit helps. But yeah. Sam says, I think the mammary tissue is where cancer happens, so technically ought not to. I don't. Wait. Okay, here's a dumb question. After removing the breast, can you still get breakfast cancer? I think you mean breast cancer. No, I can't, because that's all gone now. So if I did have breast cancer, I don't anymore. And honestly, that does happen sometimes when people get top surgery. They will find like anomalies in the tissue, and so they do send a tissue sample of that breast tissue out to labs, whatever, I don't know the technical terminology, but they do send that out. Mine came back normal, so I think, so I didn't have breast cancer. But if I did, it'd be gone now. So that's cool. And like, top surgery isn't just for trans people. There are cisgender women who just don't want to have boobs, and they get them removed for a multitude of reasons. Um, and there's men who also grow mammary glands. That is a thing. I forget what the condition is called, but there are cisgender men who have had top surgery as well. Um, that's that's a thing, you know. Yeah, gender affirming care is not just for trans people. It's also for cis people and you know cis non-binary, trans non-binary, whatever. There's a million reasons you might choose to get that, including high risk of breast cancer. Do you get to keep what they cut off? No. Once they remove a part of your body, then it becomes a biohazard and they have to dispose of it. I found that out after I lost my leg because I asked as a kid. I was like, can I like keep any of that? And they were like, no, no, you can't. Wilson says my grandmother has a mastectomy due to breast cancer reoccurrence fears. Yep. Sam says Corn made an 8-second video that have a look on the channel. Oh hell yeah. Raw Oster says we can do pec exercises together. Fuck yeah, dude. I'm gonna grow some massive pecs, dude. I swear to God. I already got pretty sweet pecs, honestly. Like, I know some of it is swelling. Like especially on this side, there's more swelling. But like, I got pretty decent pecs here. This is swelling here, but like this part up here, that's all me. It's all pec. Sam says, dentist let me keep the tooth I got pulled out this week. First tooth I've been allowed to keep. Sometimes that is like for teeth, that's okay if there's not like an abscess or like anything weird in it. And also probably like, you know, it's different in Australia as well. I know like I have like been able to keep teeth from when I was a kid that got pulled. But last time I had a tooth pulled, it had an abscess in it. And it like came out in pieces, and like the abscess is like a biohazard, so they wouldn't let me keep any of it. Yard looks nice. This is AstroTurf, actually, unfortunately. This isn't real grass. It's fucking AstroTurf. Fucking plastic. Gross. But yeah, it's nice. It's you know, there's some good trees here. All right. All right, last call. One more question, then I'm out of here. I gotta make some food and stuff. I'm hungry. I'm actually like hella hungry. No wonder it's so green. Yeah, because it's fucking plastic. Pec exercising live streams. Hell yeah. Jen says, I apologize for not sending through other means, old school. That's all right. Nika Teal says, I study. Okay. Amy says, you're wonderful. Thank you for inspiring me. Hell yeah, no problem. Very happy to help. All right, I'm just going to take one last look here, make sure I didn't forget to shout anybody out. Sam says, do you feel better in your own self, Cornelius? That's the only question that seems to answer is a big yes. Yeah, I mean, I feel like, you know, I know who I am. Like physically, I feel a lot better though, because I really, like, especially right now, it's like kind of warm, and I know if I hadn't had top surgery, I would be like sweating under my tits, and that always pissed me off. So that's really nice. Yeah, I'm happy to not be dealing with the tit sweat. Patty says, so good to see you doing so well. Missed most of the stream, but looking great. Thank you. Thank you so much. I appreciate you guys. All right, I hope everybody is having a great day. Hit the like button. If you aren't subscribed, hit the subscribe button. I'll probably do another talk. If you have any questions that I didn't talk about, then leave a comment in the comment section. Join the Discord. There's, yeah, links in the description. I'll see y'all later. And here's a little Satan dog. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, 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 yeah. All right. Yeah. What a good girl. Floop. All right. Thanks for joining me, folks. See you soon. Bye.